Hello everyone and thank you for joining me. It's been a while since I used the fountain pen, a titanium fountain pen, so looking through my little connection to see which one I could use and didn't use before for my Scribble today, I realized that I have this Moonman or Majohn RS1 that, he was fitting the bill and he was due for a little bit of use. As you'll probably know the story already, the birth of this specific fountain pen is assumed to be a spite move from Moonman after Kawiko trademarked the Moonman name in Europe. And that was not a spite move from Kawiko towards Moonman because apparently they had similar designs with their Kawiko Sport fountain pens. I know, fountain pen drama, gotta love it. A very niche a culture, at least here in North America, and it's full of drama, and I love it. Anyway, with the drama aside, the fun thing about it is that we, fountain pen lovers, can have a nice fountain pen to use made out of titanium that is very similar in design with the Kawiko Sport. So if you love the Sport, you will most probably love the RS1 as well. One thing to note about the RS1, there is no Moonman or Majohn branding anywhere on the fountain pen. I wonder if that was done intentional or not. There are two versions of this fountain pen, the one that you see in front of you and another one that has a lot of brass screws around the cap, as you can see in this image. Just like the Sport, the cap unscrews to reveal the section and nib, in my case a number 5 Schmidt nib. The body of the pen is very small and most probably quite uncomfortable to hold for a lot of people. But once you post the cap in place, it will have a perfect length and a very good balance. The other beautiful thing is that Moonman already includes a converter, so you don't have to buy a separate one. It's small, but it is there. The only downside, I guess, is that they do not include a clip, but if you enjoy putting salt on wounds, you can always use the Kawiko slip-on clip. For today's ink, I will be using the Monteverde Black Ash ink. Looks like I've been using this ink a little bit lately, to the point where my bottle is, about a quarter down now. Time to panic and get a new one? I mean, probably not. Should be fine for another day or two, but I know that those of you that are ink collectors, this will probably push you over the edge and create some panic mode a little bit. Writing wise, pen feels very comfortable in my hand and pretty well balanced. No real complaints in there. And the nib is beautiful and smooth. Again, no real surprises there, at least not for me. As you probably know already, I am quite fond to these Schmidt nibs. This one specifically is slightly scratchy on reverse, but the line is still nice and quite usable. No skips of any kind. One thing that I really like about these nibs is that they have a little bit of flex and springiness to them. Just enough to make things interesting and fun. Overall, everything worked as it should during the writing test and nothing to complain about. Now let's see what kind of scribble I'll be able to make with this little thing. I had no plans for today's scribble. I kind of winged it, to be honest. I just wanted to relax and enjoy how the fountain pen felt on the page and maybe try something new or hopefully come up with something new. And since the fountain pen was, has a pretty small ink converter, I wasn't really planning to go too crazy. I also felt a little bit lazy, to be honest. I mean, really lazy. Lazy to the point that I wasn't really planning to fill it up again. I just wanted to finish the ink it had in, and that's about it. And I actually got pretty close to that goal. Slowly, it looks like my mind kind of drifted into some sort of cityscape. Odd one, that's for sure, but kind of interesting. I did not spend a lot of time on it. I just literally let my hand move freely for about an hour and a half or so. Towards the end of it, for the fun of it, I also sneaked a pair of eyes just so I can keep in the theme with what I've been doing this year. I mean, I also have to blame it on the windows, kind of, maybe. They made me do it. Some of them were looking too much like a white green, so they were asking for it, let's put it that way. And midway, I also remember that I had some alcohol markers somewhere that I did not use for a while now. So I thought, hey, what the heck, why not? So here we are with an odd cityscape covered a little bit in the colors of the rainbow, or at least some of them, reflecting on something, either some sort of water in front of it or just really wet streets. I'll let you decide that. One thing that I like about alcohol markers is that they rarely smudge inks. I think maybe 1 or 2 inks that I have, I remember them smudging. But other than that, seems like I've been having no issues with any kind of inks and these markers. I have to say, I did miss these markers though, and I'm happy I remember them and use them up in this drawing. I need to find ways to use them more often, somehow. Maybe in the future I will do a couple of cityscapes like this, and that will give me another reason to go back to them. So in the end, this week, a light drawing, just for the fun of it, that was surprisingly relaxing and fun. As for the fountain pen, I have to say it worked like butter on this paper. The flow of the ink was amazing actually, and it felt very wet surprisingly. It managed to cover parts of the scribble with ease and I did not have to work too hard for it. I was even barely touching the paper. I really like the balance that it has once it's posted, and I have to admit that while personally I'm not a really big fan of the Kaweco Sport lineup, even though I do have 2 of them and you have seen one of them in the beginning of this video, I have to say that I do enjoy this Moonman version of it. I have the other Resins versions from Delight, I believe, were the ones that were making them, and from all these 3 versions, I guess, the 2 copies and the actual Kaweco Sport, I think the Delight versions are the ones that I like the most. From that, I only have 1 of them. And I think the reason why I like it so much is because they are a little bit longer and they actually have a full-size converter rather than these small ones, as far as I remember. I have nothing against the small converters, but when it comes to sketching, they don't hold up for very long. I guess cartridges will probably be better, especially if you're on the go and you're planning to do outside sketching or something like that. Anyway, I guess I'll have to use the Delight version as well sometime soon. So my final conclusion on the pen will be that it is actually a very good fountain pen. I have nothing against it. So if you are on the market for a pocket fountain pen and you like the sport lineup from Kaweco and you like titanium fountain pens, I guess this might be for you. I have no issues recommending it based on the copy that I have because, well, I had no issues with it. It is a little bit pricey maybe, but I also have to admit that it is built to last, and at least my copy came with a very good nib that I can't complain about it. So yeah, I would say not a problem if you can afford it and it's something that you think you would like. Anyway, I think I am starting to ramble a little bit, so I will stop my mumblings here and I will let you enjoy the rest of the scribble and the music. And as usual, if you have any comments, leave them below and I will reply to them as soon as I get the chance. Wish you all the best and a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.